The small white kitten with bright blue eyes stood in a shabby kitchen, stirring a bubbling pot. His paws slipped clumsily, spilling broth across the old wooden counter. Steam rose around him, wrapping his snowy fur in mist. He worked carefully, but his heart raced. What if the taste was not right? When he served the soup to the bigger kittens, their faces twisted. One sniffed, another tasted, and then, suddenly, they all burst into laughter. The poor white kitten lowered his ears, his cheeks burning, as they mocked him. One pushed the bowl away, soup spilling onto the floor. He picked it up with trembling paws, his blue eyes shimmering with tears. In the corner of the kitchen, he curled up tightly. His small body shook as he buried his face in his paws, crying quietly so no one could hear. The cracked walls, the flickering candlelight, everything around him felt so cold. And the laughter of others, it still echoed in his ears. That night, under the pale moonlight leaking through the broken roof, the kitten rested his chin on an empty bowl. His stomach growled, but his heart hurt even more. He stared up at the stars, his tears reflecting their faint light. "Why can't I be good enough?" he whispered softly. In a dreamlike glow, he saw his mother. A graceful white cat stood beside him, her voice calm, her eyes filled with love. She guided his tiny paws, showing him how to stir, how to season, how to cook with patience and with heart. The kitten opened his eyes slowly. The vision was gone, but the warmth remained. The next morning, he tried again. His paws shook as he chopped herbs, but he sprinkled them carefully into the pot. Steam rose, carrying a scent he remembered from long ago. His blue eyes shone, not with fear this time, but with determination. With trembling paws, he carried a bowl outside. A kind old dog passed by, and the kitten offered the food shyly. The dog sniffed, tasted, and suddenly smiled wide. The kitten gasped softly, his heart lifting. Could it be? Someone liked his cooking. Word spread quickly. Soon, animals gathered around his little stall. Birds fluttered down. Rabbits hopped closer. Curious kittens peeked from behind crates. The small white kitten stirred his pot, served bowls, and watched their faces brighten with joy. His little stall glowed with warmth as laughter and happiness filled the air. Day after day, he worked tirelessly. His apron became worn, his paws sore, but his heart was full. The jar of coins slowly filled, clinking with every meal sold. His blue eyes sparkled each time someone smiled after tasting his food. And then one day, the bigger kittens who once mocked him stood in line, their heads lowered, their tails drooping. They tasted his dish in silence, their faces filled with shame. The small white kitten looked at them calmly. He did not laugh, he did not mock. He only served with quiet pride. Under the bright sun, his stall thrived. Colorful banners waved, happy voices filled the street. Animals gathered from everywhere. The small white kitten stood tall, his snowy fur shining, his blue eyes glowing with peace. He lifted his pot proudly, no longer the kitten mocked in the corner, but the chef everyone loved.